you have reached CBS 6 WGBR in Richmond, Virginia. Our regular business hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you know the name or extension of the person you're trying to reach, please press 1. If you'd like to hear the CBS 6 weather forecast, please press 2. If you'd like to reach the CBS 6 news desk, please press 3. If you have a comment for, please wait. CBS 6 News.
Yeah, hi, this is Chris Dorsey. May I ask who I'm speaking to?
This is Robert Hughes.
Hi, Robert. I'm sure, I'm not sure if you know who I am. I'm a candidate for sheriff in the city. I've done lots of stories from, leaking nuclear power plants to, 9/11 being an inside job and issues with the Federal Reserve Bank. I got a call from one of my neighbors, and she told me that federal, actually, it looks like Department of Homeland Security and United States Secret Service have been going up and down Granite Avenue asking neighbors questions about me. And one person left a name and a number, and basically, I'm informing the media. I don't really know what's going on, but there's somebody at the door right now. I'm on. This may be them, so I'm just going to stay on the phone if that's fine with you, Robert. Is that okay? Okay. Chris. How you doing? How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm on the phone with the producer at Channel 6.
Okay.
And who are you? And why are you on my property?
I'm Agent Hallen with the Secret Service. This is Agent Ballistic with the Secret Service.
Okay.
You got our door knocker because we were here earlier.
No, I got a call from a neighbor.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, actually, if you can step off the property,
Sure,
if you can step off the property, no, I'm just gonna actually ask you to step off the property, and I'll ask you once you're off the property, why you're bothering my neighbors and myself.
Well, we got an allegation that we need to speak to you about. An anonymous tip came in.
An anonymous tip came in.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
And they made some allegations. This is what we need to speak to and find out the full story behind it.
So an anonymous allegation is made.
Somebody sent a letter to our office.
Uh-huh.
Okay, concerned citizen didn't sign their name, making some allegations.
Did sign their name.
No, did not sign.
Did not sign their name. Okay.
Right, so we're just
anonymous.
here to clarify that. It seems like somebody might be trying to get you in trouble, so we're here just to
right.
talk to you about that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
I mean.
So basically, that's what we're here to talk to you about. All right. I think I'm on the sidewalk.
Okay. Yeah. I mean that's fine.
We're
I mean.
on your property.
Sure. Sure. I know. I'm just making sure that's it. Okay.
But we just want to talk to you about that letter. Do you have a copy of that letter?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
We can sit down and talk about this.
Let me see the letter.
You're not under arrest. No, nothing.
Well, of course I'm not under arrest
Okay.
because I haven't done anything wrong, and I know that I've been harassed by federal agents before, and now I'm being harassed again.
I don't think we're
because of
harassing
it.
you,
Because
we're
of
just trying to talk to you about something that was sent to our office.
Okay.
Just trying to vet
Are
and see
you
if
aware
there's-
that I'm a candidate for sheriff in the city of Richmond?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I am a candidate and for sheriff in the city of Richmond.
As you
Are
can
you
see,
aware about anything about me?
No, not
So,
until today. We just
is
got
there
a letter.
anybody at the Secret Service? Because I know that I've been around the President of the United States a number of times, and I've never run into a Secret Service agent before. So I find it hard to believe that you guys don't know anything about me and are receiving an anonymous letter and it's really asking all but one of my neighbors, who's actually the one that called me, Denise Pascal, why did you skip over her house?
Well, we talked to her because...
No, you skipped over her house.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
We just knocked on this door here.
We've
and
spoken
we
to
saw
two
you.
neighbors
Yeah,
so
two of your
far, and
neighbors.
we just go to neighbors.
Two neighbors.
But that letter was sent also to the FBI, to the Richmond Police Department.
Right. Oh, do you know about my relationship with Mike Morhart? Do you know who Mike Morhart is?
I do not know.
He was the former head of the Richmond FBI.
No, we don't know.
Okay,
that.
and
we'll sit here and listen if you'd like to talk
okay.
about it.
Well, no, I'm telling you right now, and it's being recorded. So Mike Morhart, I've presented him with information before. that he has refused to take, and it was stuff incriminating the FBI.
I want to go outside and start in a line here.
Well, you guys can stay out here as long as you want. I mean, nobody's forcing you to stay here, and you can leave if you like.
I mean, we're here to talk to, you know, there's no need to be upset. We're just here to talk
well,
about this.
I'm not.
Maybe
you know,
you might
hey,
be able to tell us about
you know what I've honestly got to say is, like, this is not, our conversation is not about me or you or anyone being upset or not upset. It seems like, you know, I comprehend that whenever I'm talking to a federal agent, I comprehend everything that you say may or may not be true, and that everything that I say will be true to the best of my ability, and then we can go forward with a conversation like that. You know, because, do you know what's in this document? Do you know?
Yes, we are. But sir,
okay.
Our concern is somebody wrote that letter, sent it to our office, and we just want to find out what's going on.
Okay.
You know, and maybe you might be able to identify who possibly wrote that letter about you.
Well, first of all, they don't know what my address is, and so it's obviously somebody who does not know my address. Okay, so that's one thing that you investigators.
Correct. Right down the block.
Yeah, just right over here.
That's not where I live.
But no, did you used to live there? Was that a previous address for you?
No, I'm not going to answer any of your questions. I'm just telling you what I feel I want to tell you. And what I'm telling you, and you can write this down, or I can get you not writing this down, is whoever's saying this does not know my address. And frequently shouting. I mean, I film pretty much everything that I do. So if somebody thinks that I'm frequently shouting something, and again, I've been within this distance from the President of the United States.
Really? When was this?
You ask the other people in the Secret Service when that is, because I talk to them, I don't know, whenever I'm protesting around areas where the President of the United States...
You've talked to Secret Service before?
They've asked me to move out of a public place, and I've told them no, and then they've gone along, so I'm sure they've noticed that.
When was this?
A number of times. Maybe you should investigate things before you come out and ask questions about things you don't really understand.
Just trying to have a conversation with...
No, you're not trying to have a conversation. Are you getting paid for this?
Pardon me?
Are you getting paid for this?
I do get paid to do my job.
So you're not just having a conversation, you're getting paid to interrogate me.
I'm just talking to you about a letter that was sent to our office.
Right. And so I'm saying that you didn't even find out that a public figure, someone who is on videotape with Bobby Scott and his lawyers in his office, pointing out that he has violated the law, you know, and he's talking to me. He invited me up. He asked me, you know, he said it was okay for us to tape record the meetings. So if Bobby Scott, who knows me well, and I've talked to him, I don't know, 10 times after that. Mayor Jones, the last time I talked to Bobby Scott, it was inside Dwight Jones' house. So, and before that, I was in Dwight Jones' next door neighbor's house, pouring down the sink, you know, his next door neighbor, Ray Boone, who is president of the, or head of the Richmond Free Press. These people, I'm not going to do, I'm running for sheriff against this person, Sheriff C.T. Woody. There's a videotape that I put up online several days ago of me asking simple questions to C.T. Woody and having him refuse to answer, number one, and then when I ask another group of simple questions, some of his sheriff's deputies, or one of his sheriff's deputies, who's online, his picture's online, assaulting me. And then me showing, and this video's online, a Channel 6 news reporter. There's a producer for Channel 6 on the phone, on the film now. So, again, these are all ridiculous. Do a Google search for video Chris Dorsey, and did you do a Google search for Chris Dorsey?
We did.
Okay. So you see that I make films down at the PBS studio on state property, and that I only cite the law of the land, the United States Constitution, something you swear an oath to uphold, and that's it.
Okay. said, we're just here to talk to you about that letter. Maybe you can tell us
So,
who may have written that. You know,
I
if
have
there's
no
any
idea
truth to
who
that.
wrote this, because there are people constantly, you know what I think it could be is somebody, I mean, there are a number of people who have anonymously written crazy things about what I've done, but there's always witnesses that counteract whatever these people are saying. People are making things up. This is, I don't know, some sort of character assassination, and usually when this happens, when these groups, and I would say, from my experience, they're usually somehow tied in with either police or Federal Bureau of Investigations, that they are, or Army intelligence. That was one. I mean, it could be. I'm not going to say anybody's name because I don't know who wrote this, but it could be any number of people. It could be the people who are written right here. Sheriff C.T. Woody, probably somebody associated with him. I would say that that's the most likely place to look, because I'm running against him in a campaign, and he seems very afraid of being exposed for what he's done.
I guess these allegations run true about statements, you know, making threats against the president or anything.
I don't make threats against the president.
Mm-hmm.
No. Why would I make threats against the president?
I'm just asking. That's all I have to do. That's my job, is to ask you about that. See whether
but there's a lot of information, public information about with videotape that's on international satellite television, where I'm asked questions publicly about the President of the United States. Have you watched any of those?
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, that might be a good place to start.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're not even going to do the basic due diligence of whatever this is that you're doing out here, you know, having a conversation, getting paid. How much do you get paid a year?
Well, I mean,
You can find out online, sir.
Well, not, but I'm asking you here because, like, I
go
research
on,
a lot of things.
what's
No,
that?
I'm saying you personally. How much do you get
If you go on
paid?
to GSA pay scale, you can look
No,
at
but
that.
I'm asking you personally. How much money do you get paid a year?
How much
You
money?
personally.
I can't really divulge that. You know, it's kind of a private thing for me.
How about you?
It's private, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
I'm not asking you how much.
Are you
make,
saying-
So I don't think that's really it's irrelevant really at this point.
Well,
Like
I
said,
do.
our
I do
concern
get
is to talk
paid.
about
I
this
do
letter
get
here.
paid. I do get
Right.
paid
And that's
to go on television, and I'll tell you how much I get paid. It's not much. It's a lot less than you guys get paid, and talk about the Constitution of the United States. I do get paid to go on television and talk about the Constitution of the United States. And you tell me you did a Google search. You used Google to do a Google search of your research involving these people. Did you do a Google search for Chris Dorsey and Bobby Scott?
I'm sorry.
Did you do a Google search?
We right now we looked into this letter regarding.
Did you do a
What
Google
comes
search
up.
for Chris Dorsey and Bobby Scott?
No, that wasn't.
Okay, well,
right
let me
now
tell
we're
you what comes
talking
up.
about this
That's an
letter.
hour-long video with Bobby Scott and his lawyer, where they're answering questions by a concerned citizen about, I don't know, like violations of the law, you know, that he can't dispute. So, I mean, that's pretty interesting. If I'm such a threat to these people, and this Bobby Scott knew me before he agreed to have a meeting, why are they inviting me into their office and sitting down and talking to me for over an hour?
You know, those
Why?
right now we're not. That's not what we're here to focus on.
Right, but we've
We're
already
focusing
established
on-
that this
right.
is made up.
And that's fine. I mean, if
This
that's
is
what it
made up.
That's fine.
Right.
We're just here to make sure that's all it is, and just also to check on your welfare and everything's okay. And if that's
But
all it is,
I never
everything's
asked you
fine.
to check on my welfare.
Right. Well, this letter.
And I don't believe that you are checking on my welfare, because we've already established that you're making an undisclosed amount of money by walking up and down the street and doing, I don't know, maybe like vague kind of threatening allegations. For all I know, I know, you could have written this. You could have written that, and you could have written that. I'm not saying that I think that that is the case,
Okay.
but it's more likely that that's the case than any of these things that are easily refuted. And if these people feel as of a threat, that I am some sort of threat to them, then they should stop meeting me and inviting me into their homes or inviting me into their offices. If any of them had anything to do with it, or none of them had anything to do with it, or it's some sort of agent that is watching what I'm doing, which is obviously somewhat the case, even if it's not you, writing that up and sending it to you. I mean, that is a possibility, of course, isn't it?
Are you saying you wrote that letter and sent it to us to come out here?
No, I'm saying it's more likely that somebody in the Secret Service or the FBI or one of these people themselves, like C.T. Woody or one of his deputies, who is trying to slander me or making efforts to slander me in a easily disputable and sloppy manner, is sending things out to you.
You know, it says in that letter you have weapons. Do you have any weapons or anything like that? Are you carrying weapons? Do you have any weapons in your home or anything like that?
Do I have any weapons?
Right. It says you walk up and down the street with weapons making threats.
I walk up and down the street.
I'm
do you
asking
think,
you about the letter. That's all.
Do you
I'm
think?
just trying to get your version of what's being alleged to you.
If you think, do you see a weapon?
No, I don't. But I'm asking you if you have any weapons. That's all.
Do I don't have any weapons.
Okay.
Do you see any weapons? Do you see any weapons?
No,
Do you see any weapons? Do you see any weapons?
No.
Okay. So then you're asking me questions that you already know the answer to. All right, that's enough. That's enough. So, all right.
Can we have that paper back, please?
No way. No way.
Fine, you can keep that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I hope you guys don't get caught in the rain.
Okay. Have a
All
nice
right.
evening, sir.
You have a good evening.
Okay.
Thanks for speaking with us.
On property. On private property.